Hey, this is Mike Barnes, a financial first responder. Good evening. Hey, have you ever thought about this? As first responders, military, law enforcement, doctors, nurses, emergency medical personnel, EMTs, veterans, those one percenters. You are the one percenters. Have you ever thought about why you should secure your future? So tonight we're going to talk about the top 7 reasons first responders, medical professionals need to have a solid financial plan. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story. So what you don't know about me is, obviously, I graduated from North Carolina Central University. And prior to that, I started out in the United States Marine Corps, went off to Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and then came back and went to college, and the rest is history. But after 2008, the financial crisis, I decided to go back in the military and go into law enforcement. So I'm speaking to you from a point of advantage. Now, you're probably saying, financial first responder, why are you telling me this? Because it's been Memorial Week this past week, where law enforcement actually remember their fallen comrades. And then Veterans and Memorial Day is coming up. And being part of those communities, I thought it fitting that we should talk about the one percenters. Because nobody out there except the financial first responder is talking about the one percenters, which is you. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, what I like to say is, as a one percenter, these are the things that you need to be aware of. See, having your financial house in order is crucial for everyone, but it is especially crucial and important to veterans, military personnel, law enforcement, medical professionals, firefighters, EMTs, members of the medical community. And so we're going to talk about the top 7 ways and why this needs to be important to you. So let's get started. The first thing that I would tell you is, our job is inherently risky. You see, job-related risk and uncertainties, you never know when you go out that house and you put on that bulletproof vest and you put on the gun on your hip, if you're coming back, or if you don your gear to step into that fire, if you're going to make it out that fire or not, or if you're out on a crash providing aid for someone, and then some drunk drives into the back of the ambulance and kills you, or you don't know that if you deploy, whether or not you're going to make it home. So these professions often involve high-risk situations and unpredictable work environments. Ensuring financial stability can provide peace of mind and security in case of accidents, injuries, or unexpected events that could impact your ability to work. Now, you'll notice this guy's hand is dirty, and the reason why this is kind of dear to me, I found out yesterday when I went back to work that someone that I used to work with was killed in a car wreck. And, for a minute there, I was like, man, this person was only 48 years old, and she left some children behind. And all I could think of as the financial first responder is, I hope her family's okay. God willing, I hope they can memorialize their mother. But at the same time, I thought about who's left, right? And if you haven't had an opportunity to come to my enhanced planning webinar or seminar, which I host, I highly suggest you do that. Now, let's go a little further. You see, as military professionals and first responders, we have transition and relocation issues. What do I mean by that? Now, I've been in the military long enough to remember these shiny boots, right? The Woodlands and the black boots. And then we went to no shining boots. and you see some dog tags up here. You know, the dog tags would either be in your shoe boot, or you'd have them wrapped and put in your pocket, or what we call in the Marine Corps a meat tag. And some of y'all will get that who were in the military. You'll know what a meat tag is, right? But military personnel and first responders may face frequent relocation and transitions, whether it's moving to a new station, new duty station, transitioning to their civilian life, or retiring. See, having your solid financial foundation helps you manage these changes smoothly, covering costs associated with the moving and providing a financial buffer during periods of an adjustment. Now, true story. I can tell you when I was on active duty, it was a hard thing to go from getting a paycheck every 2 weeks to not knowing when you were going to get a check next. You know, now those people who retired, they actually start getting their checks. But if you don't do 20 years of service, you're not getting a check, baby. You're going straight to work. So I want you to think about that as you put on your boots. Or as we used to say, boots and utes. Now, see, there's benefits of optimization. See, many in these professions are entitled to specific benefits such as pensions, health care, educational assistance. Having your financial house in order ensures you understand and maximize these benefits, integrating them effectively into your overall financial plan. Now, we talk about financial plans. When's the last time you had a financial plan? And I'm not talking about a piece of paper where you drew stuff out, some X's and O's, and you said, hey, that's the play. What I'm talking about is that you sat down with a financial advisor, a financial planner, certified financial planner, a registered investment advisor, registered rep, or insurance agent, and looked at your total needs. See, everybody has a role in the team. And for those of you that don't know, I'm currently studying for my CFP, Certified Financial Planner. So I'm going to let you know how that goes, because you guys will hold me accountable as I will hold you accountable as we move along. Now, this next thing we'll talk about is we talk about retirement planning. Now, if you're looking at my slide, you probably see 6 young ladies waving at you because they're in retirement. Now, due to the physically demanding nature of our jobs, early retirement is common. See, most of the time in the military, you do 20 years, you're done. So if you start at 18, you finish it at 38, right? Well, in the police department, most people leave in their 50s, 55, 57, right? They might have 30 years of service with the state or with their local municipality, and then they're done, and then it's off to the next thing, right? So preparing financially for an early retirement involves careful planning and saving. A well-structured financial plan ensures you have adequate resources to maintain your lifestyle and meet your goals after retirement. You see, here's the thing. As a financial first responder, I want to make sure that whatever you do and however long God gives you on this earth, you're able to do it well. Now, for some of you first responders, you're going to understand what I'm saying when I say it right now. We got to take care of ourselves. Health is the new wealth. We got to take care of ourselves financially, and we got to take care of ourselves, first of all, spiritually. So if you're not doing one of those 3 things, which is mind, body, spirit, and soul, you want to rethink some of the stuff when it comes to retirement. Because it doesn't pay to go into retirement and be struggling, right? Now, most of you know I talk about this a lot, especially in enhanced planning, is family protection and legacy. Now, the reason why we got a line this up here and we got a Cubs is because I want you thinking about, I didn't want to put a specific person up here. I didn't want to put a minority. I didn't want to put a Caucasian up here. I didn't want to put anybody but an animal. Because you got to be an animal for your family. You got to want to protect and provide a legacy for your family. So for those with families, I'm talking to you right now, it's crucial to ensure their financial security in case of the untimely death or disability. Now, most people say, well, I got life insurance, but do you have disability or long-term care? See, you do your family no good if you become disabled and can't provide the same amount of support that you were when you were working. So, with proper financial planning, this includes life insurance, disability insurance, estate planning, which, by the way, on the estate planning, if you decide to come to one of my webinars, seminars, I have attorneys all over the country that can help you get that in place, okay? Which can protect your loved ones and ensure your legacy is preserved. Now, remember, I always say it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. But at the same time, I do realize this. Nobody likes to talk about death. But in fact, we all are dying every day that we're up. The day you were born, you started the death process. I don't care who you are. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is, and you know, I was talking to a coworker the other day, and shout out to AC Fields. He's getting ready to retire. And this man never used any of his sick leave. He sold all his sick leave to back to the government. He had 400 hours left. And do you know, our management said to him, chalk it up to the government. You can't use it. So I'm going to tell y'all something, and I might piss some people off, especially if they're listening to this YouTube channel. If you need a mental health day, and you carry a badge and a gun, or if you're a firefighter or you're a medical professional and you have a stressful life, take a mental health day, people. Take time for yourself, even if it's nothing but a massage, sitting at a spa, talking with friends, going on a vacation. Set yourself up so you can financially do these things. There's no need to work all this overtime and you don't take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I say it again, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. See, financial stress can compound the already high stress nature of these jobs. Having a well-organized financial plan, notice I keep going back to that financial plan, people, reduces anxiety related to money management, allowing you to focus better on your duties and maintain overall mental and emotional well-being. You see, that stuff is important, people. You know, even the school systems are now allowing the kids to have a mental health day. Why? Because they realize you need to be able to unwind. And you don't have to do it with smoking or alcohol. Maybe it's going to the gym. At least that's what my wife would tell me. Go to the gym, right? The gym, I say, the gym. Now, next, we need preparedness or preparation for the unexpected expenses. So most people in the financial arena says that you need to have at least 6 months set aside for emergencies based off your net expenses. Not your gross, your net, what you pay on a monthly basis. So as an example, if you make $100,000 a year and your expenses are $5,000 a month, you need at least $30,000. 5 times 6 is 30,000. Make sense? There we go. So emergencies such as medical expenses, vehicle repairs, or home maintenance can arise at any time. A robust financial plan includes an emergency fund, which I just talked about, which provides a safety net for handling unexpected costs without derailing your long-term financial goals. Now, I know some of you people are going to say, well, I use my credit card for everything. And I say, okay, you know, if you pay it off every month, don't carry a bill every month. And everybody I talk to, including me, I'm guilty of it, has carried some form of debt on a monthly basis. And that's where they get you. They get you right there because you say, I ain't gonna pay it off. I'm gonna use the money in my account. No, you get yourself on a budget and then you pay your debt off. Now, we talked a lot about this. I have some other series that I'm going to be talking about soon, based off the last presentation I did. But in summary, I'm going to bring this in for a landing. My plane is going to land. Yes, one day I'm going to learn how to fly. So, by taking the time to get your financial house in order, you can achieve greater stability, security, and peace of mind, enabling you to serve your community more effectively and enjoy a better quality of life. Now, I want you to think about this for a second. This is my last story. Imagine you're on patrol and you come across a person that's going through a traumatic experience. Maybe they were just robbed. And let's say that they were just robbed of their paycheck. They had cash, they didn't put it in the bank, they had cash on them to pay their rent. This is a common thing I'm about to say. And somebody robs them of their $2,000 they had in their pocket. Now, they just went through a traumatic situation. I want you to take off your police hat, police woman, police man hat, and think of it from their situation. Do they have an emergency fund? Odds are, if they were walking around with that amount of cash to go get a money order to pay their actual rent, they don't have a checking account, they don't have an emergency fund, they don't have their stuff financially together. You and I deal with people who are in different financial fluxes every day. And I need you to start thinking about that when you approach people, because you don't know what triggers they have going on in their life. So I like to say that I'm the minister, I'm the emotional person, I'm the person that sits and listens to someone's problems, even if I got to arrest them. So I want you to start thinking that way and thinking about how we help our greater society, because we are the one percenters. And doctors, you're the same way. When I went in for my physical and I was talking to a PA this week, and shout out to Taylor, and she was asking me all these emotional questions and things of that nature. And I'm like, man, I thought I was coming in for a checkup, not a mental health evaluation, but they really want to know how you are doing. The pandemic has changed the way we see mental health. So, with that said, please like and subscribe my channel. Please reach out to somebody. Please talk to someone. Check on someone and make sure they're okay. And for you veterans out there and military personnel, 22 people pass away, I think almost on a minute basis, due to suicide. Reach out to your people you've served with. Reach out to your people who you're in units with. I have battle assembly this weekend, and so we had someone commit suicide. My last battle assembly I was there, which was in March, and so I'm going to go back and check on those people that knew that individual, because people don't know how stuff affects them until they get affected. So this is Mike Barnes, a financial first responder. I look forward to talking to you. Have a wonderful day and a great weekend. Till we talk again, God bless.